Hello everyone, and welcome to the next day of the Hope Project. So today we're going to use the letter, another one of my favorites, which is I. Because I can't see very well without my glasses. You might notice that it's my first day without them. Oh, wait, I have a visitor today and she knows that we spell I different than my eyes. It's not E-Y-E, it's I. Okay, so we're gonna put my glasses back on so I can see the impact that we can make through videos and conversation, because impact's really an essential thing, and it kind of taught me to see things different even with my glasses on. Impact's a really powerful thing, and one of the people that I wanted to share this knowledge with you all about came from Jenny Christiansen, and she started talking to me about identity to impact. And I think it's something, because I'm important, that I think you should know because you're important, and it's a great skill for that. So Jenny Christiansen, I'd like for you to introduce yourself and kind of talk to us about what is impact, what is the I to I impact that you talk about.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jenny, and I've been an educator for about 25 years, school teacher and administrator, so I worked a lot with kids. And the last few years, I received a certification in life coaching, and I do some inspirational speaking. And so I really had to go through the journey of thinking about how can I help people? What is the message inside of me that could really help people live their best life? And so through a lot of research and prayer and time and scribbling a lot of notes, I came up with a formula that I call the I to I principle. Living in your authentic identity to reach your place of maximum impact. So what we're going to talk about today is really just two components of the I to I principle. It's kind of like a formula. And so that formula needs to be is something that doesn't need to be, but it's an opportunity, I should say, for people to live a life that is fulfilling, a life where they feel that they have purpose. And I think sometimes we can really lose sight of that in the busyness of life. Absolutely. And so the I to I principle really begins with the concept of your identity. Your identity is that foundational piece that really creates opportunity for you in your life. All of us have an identity that's extraordinary. And I think there's a lot of situations in life where we lose sight of our identity. So what is it? You know, when we're a little kid, someone tells us, you know what, oh, you're so good at sports, or you're so good at spelling, or you're so good. Those things are part of your identity, you know, the things that you're good at. But even as an adult, you know, we can get very busy and we forget what our identity really is. Your identity is that all the gifts that you've been given, you know, the cool things that you're able to do, the talents that you have, the abilities, whether you're artistic or you're athletic or you're musical. I mean, all those things are a summation of your identity. Mm-hmm. Okay. Your identity is powerful and we're meant to use it. You know, everybody's meant to use it in a different way. And I think sometimes we don't recognize what our identity is because, for example, we compare ourselves to others, you know, and so we have to embrace that our identity is unique. There's only one Amber. There's only one Jenny. And we've been gifted to do those things. And it's so powerful when we recognize that it is extraordinary. So I think it's important for people to think about what makes me unique. You know, it isn't our hairstyle or the shoes we wear. What makes me unique is the summation of everything that I am. Okay. And so we go from knowing what our identity is, embracing it, loving ourselves, you know, and then going to the place of impact. So when we talk about impact, what is impact? I mean, impact is possible for everyone. You know, I mean, if you think about this time that we're in right now, you know, the people who still deliver the mail, you know, and work in the grocery stores, they're making an impact because they're sustaining people during this time with the virus. So the impact might be something that we don't even realize. It's far reaching, but impact is possible. Impact is created through little and big things. You know, your impact might be someone who's going to write a book that's going to affect thousands of people, and we don't even realize it. So that small place we start, you know, and we write our book and we do it, and then hundreds of thousands and maybe millions of people write your book, that makes your impact really big. So every part of your life, when you operate in your identity and you're being who you really are, that's when you make your impact. And it's so powerful to really realize how cool it is that you can do that. For example, I told a story recently about how I got in a tiny little fender bender in the city and where I live, and this much smaller car hit me from behind at a very slow pace, and I barely even felt it. So when we got out of the car, the fact is there still was an impact. Even though I didn't really feel it, there was an impact because I had some damage to my car. Thankfully, neither myself or the other driver were hurt, but it really resonated with me when I thought, wow, there's always an impact, even if it's a small thing. And so we have to just enjoy who we are, love who we are, and then go to that place of impact.
That's wonderful. And I think of that, sometimes people call it the ripple effect. And we really have that impact, sometimes in exactly what you said, those little things. So it's kind of a different way of thinking of the eye to eye view of things, especially, which is a great pun in the 2020. It's definitely giving us a new view. And if we remember that eye to eye that you're talking about, that's just as applicable and so important in being able to find hope no matter what's going on in our lives. I love that. I think it's so important. I also think, Jenny, that what you're talking about can be great for our journal reflection in finding hope in this project of really exploring who we are and who we are in the world. So I think from the eye that you're talking about, identity and ending an impact, we can reflect on what we grew up loving to do. And so as those who are listening pull out their journals that they've been working on, I think I would encourage listening to what Jenny was talking about and really reflecting on the eye to eye growing up and what created their identity and reevaluating if that's who they really truly are.
Right.
And then, I'm sorry, go ahead, Jenny.
I was going to say, you know what, what you love to do is your identity, you know, yes. And we don't even realize what it is. You know, we begin to identify always, you know, it's important what we do, but our being and what we love is part of it. You know, like I used to play school when I was a little kid. I loved to play school. And then I became a teacher. And it was amazing because even as a child, I loved doing that. And then when I actually had it come to fruition, it was amazing. And so what you love doing can be something that manifests very young. And we lose sight of it sometimes. And we need to grab it again and say, this is what I really love doing.
Yes, reflection is a powerful, powerful tool to be able to move forward.
Yeah.
So if you're one of those that's joining us and is working on your journal for the 30 days, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to write about some things that you love doing. But then I want you to journal about what you love, feel, or think when you are doing that thing or those things, so that you can get the perspective that Jenny's been talking about. And then finally, in talking with Jenny, I think we've decided that we really want to see some depth in that journal, but then to be able to have a takeaway and apply this eye-to-eye principle in your day-to-day, write down 1 to 2 things that are unique about you, because we all have uniqueness, and one way to use it in the next month. I know it's a challenge, but we are unique because we are gifted with those awesome things, and everybody has that. You have that, I have that, she has that, and we want to keep sharing those. So Jenny, thank you so much for coming for today to talk about I and creating identity, but one that can make an impact, because we all have that strength within us. So everybody, make sure you're working on your journal, continuing to discover who you are, and we will be excited about seeing you tomorrow for the J. Bye.
Bye.